Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Armoured Warfare tank review. This episode we're looking at the ERC-90, a tier 5 TD, so let's take a look at its stats. Right, so looking at the stats of the ERC-90 F4, we can see that it's French, and we can see that I'm not comparing it with any other tank, and you might ask why. I can't really find another tank to compare it to. I mean, it's got wheels, but it's a TD with a big gun. And a great reload time. So, but there's nothing else at tier 5. There's no other TD at tier 5 that can compare to this. There's AFVs at tier 5, but they all have mostly autoloaders and they have wheels, but these wheels are different. And so I'm not going to compare it. I'm just going to go through the stats of what it is on its own. Anyway, damage 333 and a penetration of 229. Sorry about that. 229. That's okay so far for tier 5. Damage per minute of 4,444. Wow, 333 damage and a DPM of 44444. Wow. Real time of 4.5 seconds, which is great. The damage per minute, this is amazing so far. This has a hugely great reload time, great damage, great pen. Or someone, I mean, well, not maybe great pen, but it's okay-ish pen. Okay-ish damage, but the damage per minute and the reload time are pretty good so far. Hit points of 1,250, and that's it's okay. I mean, let's just check out something at tier 5. Let's check out BMD2. How many hit points does he have? He has 1,000 hit points. Let's check out Fox at tier 5. He has 875 hit points. So 1,200 is pretty good. 1,300. About that hit points range is pretty good for tier 5 tank. Hull armour, 12 on the front, 12 on the side and 10 on the rear, which is abysmal. That's steel. 12 on the turret on the front and 12 on the side turret and 10 on the rear of the turret, which is abysmal. Max speed of 95 kilometers an hour. Amazingly good speed. The acceleration is amazingly good as well. Look at that. Hull traverse is pretty good. Pretty amazingly good. Camouflage is view rate, I really don't know how to distinguish if a camouflage is good or not. Really, I mean, what does this even tell us? Does it tell us anything? I don't even tell. Anyway, view range 500 meters, pretty much. That's amazing. Cannon depression -10 on the front, -10 on the rear, -10 all the way around. That's pretty good. Accuracy feather 0.10, aim time of 2.77 seconds, and a touch reverse of 47 degrees a second. So what we can learn from all these stats is the gun is on its own is not the best in the world, but the gun with the reload time is amazing, and the damage minute becomes huge for tier 5. Hit points is pretty good for its tier. The armor is quite abysmal for its tier. The mobility is amazing. That acceleration, I'm looking forward to that acceleration. That cannon depression, I'm looking forward to that cannon depression. All this tank does at the moment is give me hope of this tank's going to be a really good tank. Or can we even call this a tank? Can we call this an armoured vehicle? Armoured vehicle. Really good armoured vehicle. But anyway, let's look at the armour. Now, look at the armour. From the front, there is none. From the back, there is none. And from the side, there is none. But if you can't pen, which is, I don't know what you're doing, you must be like shooting over here. Or over here if you can't pen this. You can pen this everywhere. Why am I giving an explanation for where to pen? Let's just give an explanation on the weak spots. Well, there is you can shoot there, you get a commander, you can shoot there, you get the gunner, you can shoot there for the driver, you can come all the way around to the back of him and shoot in these vents. There's 2 vents here, and there's probably the engine. From my tests that I've done so far, if you shoot where the vents are, that's normally where you get a critical hit. So somewhere around here with the vents and the back, all easy to pen, and you'll get some critical hits there. But anyway, no armour at all, so let's look at retrofits. So, the ERC-90 has 3 retrofit slots, a universal slot, an armour slot, and a firepower slot. Armour slot be used for hit points, or crew saves. Crew saves is pretty good in this tank. To get crew saves for this tank, I phrased that really badly. But, you know what I mean. This tank is, you're going to lose a lot of crew in this because the tank has no armour, and the crew is all out in the open. Pretty much, for the tanks that shot up and killed your crew all the time. But anyway, hit points or crew saves, your choice. Firepower, damage, reload. Reload's pretty good, so you wouldn't really buff the reload. but the damage I would buff. Definitely buff that damage and get that DPM up to about 5k, and you will be golden. And the universal slot can be used for pretty much anything. Whatever your choice, whatever fits your playstyle, go for that. That's always going to be the best idea. And we're going to move on to some gameplay.
Our allies in the area are running low.
Here we are in the first day of the ERC-90 on Operation Sapphire. So we're going to, not the best map for this vehicle, but we're going to make use of its amazing rate of fire, great gun, and the smoke. You get 15 smoke, and we're going to make great use for them on this map, because all the enemies do spawn relatively close to your vehicle. And this tank is more of a sniping tank because of the no armour and the great gun and the amazing rate of fire. The 4.5 seconds or something like that, 5-second reload is amazing. So, first tank is destroyed onto 1 kill. We've popped a smoke at the start so the tank wouldn't shoot at us and maybe pick another target to shoot at. And it did indeed, so we're going to shoot another M8 here and maybe get the second shot off before any of our teammates reload their cannons. And yes indeed, onto 2 kills now. Great tank this is. I've been having some great fun with it. This is actually a shark vehicle. There's a premium version of this tank. It's very nice. You should probably get it. If you enjoy this tank, and I very much do, you should probably get the shark version, because this does look like a great tank at tier 5. But anyway, let's continue on with the gameplay. There's a Terminator in the distance. We're going to take him out, but we donked our first shot straight over the front of him. Second shot goes straight into the side, and he's always looking at us slightly, so he popped us our smoke to stop him from shooting at us, because we really don't have any armour and we don't want him to shoot at us at all. Gonna go for his turret now. There's some definite damage on him, but we missed that shot. Went straight through his turret, went straight through the sort of side part, and there's a middle bit of the turret where it's just air, and he went straight through that bit. That's always a bad thing about the Terminator when shooting at it. WZ, let's take him out. He's shooting some teammates in the cap. We haven't been spotted yet. Got some good camo factors on this tank. And just as I say that, we get spotted. Probably by the tank that just spawned in front of us. We loaded some heat there to shoot at the arse of a WZ. And he will just fall to an AP shell from us. Shooting the Terminator now in the turret. Probably want to fire some heat at the turret, but trying to shoot at some other target. Probably the other WZ sitting down here, the Type 90 something or other. Just checking behind on the map. Always I'll be checking the map with this thing. Your situational awareness has to be on point when you're playing this tank. So you don't want to get caught out off guard, because this tank has no armour and will just die. Where did I hit that tank there? I hit it in the turret, but I must have hit a component. It did a minuscule amount of damage. Well, never mind. Hopefully we can take out this Terminator here. Shooting the arse of it. It hasn't got much, no armour, literally no armour on the arse, but it has just spun around. But don't worry, we hit the turret of the Terminator, he's down. Hopefully hit the WZ, but some of our teammate got the kill. There is a T90, it looks like, at the back. I'm going to shoot him in the arse and hopefully get the kill on him. Yep, there we go. And we're on to 5 kills now. Preemptively said 6 kills. Whoops. There's a bit of a invisible wall there on the building, but we've got to be careful with that. Some maps have some invisible wall buildings where you can't actually shoot through them. It'll just count as a hitbox when you try shooting that building. Anyway, try another shot of the artillery, and we didn't actually hit it. It's moved out of the way. It's behind a hill now, I believe. And there you can see that we just hit the invisible wall on the top of the hitbox with the roof there. I would like to see a better... the developers work on the hitbox of the roofs, because there are quite a substantial amount of roofs and hitboxes that are just invisible walls in this game. But Obsidian did make Fort New Vegas, and you saw the amount of invisible walls in that game. Now we're just playing with this leopard here. You can do so much in this tank because of the manoeuvrability of the wheels. It's not like a normal skiddy around Fox type of vehicle. It's got 6 wheels, 3 on each side, so it's got more grip than you would imagine it to have. Spotted now. I'm going to shoot this Type 90. We'll sit down. Type T80. Something other type. I can't really see the name of the tank in the replay, but we can engage it. I'm using my other screen to watch now, so I can see it on the big screen. It's going well. We've got some other tanks to shoot at. We're sitting quite nicely on 7 kills and a lot of damage because of a tank destroyer. We're probably going to run out of ammo before long. We'll probably want to resupply that. Terminator's down onto 8 kills. Get the last kill on this leopard here, maybe. Nope, got killed by a teammate. We can get with our amazing manoeuvrability, we can get across the map in just a couple of seconds, maybe a minute. We can get the either tanks or the artillery that's sitting on the corner of the map, or the objectives, secondary objectives. Now Bradley's also loaded gun. We'll be very careful. Popped a smoke there, but we're still spotted by the Bradley. Don't want to get shot by it, definitely, because it has such a terrifying gun. The auto load on that thing can rip us to shreds, and it was doing so just then. So we want to be very, very careful. Let's shoot the M8 in the background though. He doesn't pose much of a threat to us at the moment. However, we are still spotted. He did take a shot at us, but we ducked quickly underneath that hill. You definitely need to use the terrain to your advantage. And Bradley's come up over the hill. It's bad. We did miss the shot there. Probably have to get very, very, very low on the health there. Wait for a teammate help to try and back us up. Because this Bradley, if he comes over this hill, we are done for. Any autoloader, any autoloader like the Bradley can rip us to shreds and kill us in a couple of seconds, because we have no armour. No armour at all. Anyway, we're on to 10 kills now, coming to the end of the game. And this map is a bit buggy at the moment, in which it's sort of you have to kill. No, you don't have to kill. You have to cap to complete the game on this map most of the time. I mean, the last tank doesn't really spawn, or is spawned under the map, or spawned off the map or something. But you can't kill it, and you need to cap. So I'm gonna kill probably the last tank here. Another tank driving, the Fox driving past us on top speed. Full speed ahead. Now we just got to run to the cap, and that'll be the game done. So I can just spoil it now. Nothing really happens in the rest of this game. So without further ado, on to the next game. Here we are in the second game of the Fox on Operation Phalanx, or however you say it. It's supposed to say that name. Phalanx, something like that. I'm British, so I say it like Phalanx. Okay. Well, anyway, we're going to come to the normal camping spot on this map at the start of the game. We're going to come up to these like ridgeline here, and we're going to engage the targets that spawn in the valley or near the factory ahead of us, and pop our special ability, which allows us to fire shots without our camo factor being reduced at all. So able to get sneaky shots in without the enemy detecting where we are. However, that has now run out, and any shot we take now will reduce our camo factor, allowing us to be spotted by the enemy. However, the enemy is not close and we are in tree line, so they will have a hard time spotting me, especially with my camo. However, any minute now we will be spotted by a tank. Don't know which one it would be. Now we're being spotted now, so it's time to change of trousers time and run away. Hopefully not get hit while we come back up. They are looking at us. That one's either looking at us or looking at our teammate. So we're going to run away fairly fast, because this tank is quite squishy. Squishy as in very easy to kill. But anyway, we'll come back up the mountainside here and go right to the top, but kill this tank first. We still are unspotted. EXP tank in front of us, blocking our view a tad, but nevertheless, nothing to worry about, as we're going to go up and engage the 2 tanks that spawn at A0. When you go to do the secondary objective up here, 2 tanks will spawn. A bit of a lag spike there, but we are fine now. I think the EXP tank is actually going on to the north, so let's assist that guy. There's no other tanks spotted at the moment, so we can use our time wisely and attack these 2 up north. MBT 70, easy peasy pens on the side here. He's down. Onto our second kill. This tank is a bit of a nightmare, but lower plate is fairly easy to deal with that tank. But The lower plate is very, very small, and with that angle, it's a very bad idea. BMD in the distance there, we can easily take him out, but he's done behind the building, so it's a bit hard for us to take him out then. Sidearm of this type here, Chinese tank, we easily take him out, but he's now looking at us, so we'll be careful here. Back away, shoot his side, but ricocheted, hit his track. Now he's shooting, he shot at the EXP tank, and we dumped our shot into the ground there. So unfortunate for us, we have missed 2 shots. Trying to aim for a cupola, but penetration not the best in the world, so I'm going to leave that tank to be eaten by our EXP tank. And we're going to move towards the objective now, using our mobility to get into the target as quick as possible, doing 65 kilometers an hour right now, 70, 75, 72, now down uphill, going to slow down a bit now, as we come up on, bring our gun to bear on the few tanks that we are in the objective location. M8 Thunderbolt there, going to shoot his turret, but we missed, because it's doing some wobbly motions. And we missed the Stingray as well. Oh no, we actually hit, but it wasn't a penetration. Which is kind of funny because the Stingray has no armour, but has a bit more armour than us. I'll give it that. Anyway, I'm going to shoot the other Stingray that spawned there. Side armour, definitely will pen. And on to our 3rd kill. Trying to look for that tank. It says I could shoot it, but didn't see an outline, so I didn't bother shooting at it. I've seen a lot of that lately. I need to work on the servers and all that. But I need to shoot this M8 here. He's down. Onto our 4th kill. Leopard in the distance. Going to use our gun depression on that guy, and our amazing accuracy. Look at that aim circle. It's insane. And when you just notice when you swerve the gun around, the aim circle doesn't really change. Look at it. But when we drive, it does change, of course, because reasons. But when we swerve the turret around, it doesn't really change at all. Because this gun is momentously accurate. I'm going to shoot this secondary objective here, just to save some time. And that should be all the secondary objectives done. Wait for this Leopard to come up above the ridgeline and shoot me the lower plate, as we do right there. Onto our 7th kill. Now we're going to look around for our next target. Someone's probably going to get in the cap here. We're going to spawn the next wave of opponents for us to deal with. Someone's in the cap now. Normally some opponents do spawn up on the top of the ridgeline where we are, so we've got to be careful for them, because they can rip us a new arsehole and just completely kill us, because they have all auto-loaded guns and we have no armour and a very fast firing gun but no penetration. So you can't really be expecting to pen them through the front, most tanks of this tier. But anyway, we've got the side of a chieftain, which is easy to pen. Even the front of a chieftain's easy to pen, unless they have the applique armour, which means probably not that easy to pen. But we definitely killed that chieftain there. So we're looking for a new target. We haven't lost actually much of our health. We've lost like 2-3 HP, which I don't know where I've lost that. Does anyone know where I've lost that? This tank does run the real risk of running out of ammo quite quickly as well, because of the fast firing gun and the fact that it doesn't actually carry that much ammo for the gun. I mean, it should probably carry more ammo because the gun is an insanely fast firing gun. But, well, at least we got a resupply kit. Always been a resupply kit for this tank. Oh, we're being shot by an autoloader there. Although we get behind this rock here. Warrior, oh, he's scary. He is very scary, because the warrior can hit you for 800 damage, burst you 800 damage, and then just like walk off. I've got a warrior, and it's insane how much damage they can do. However, they don't have much armour, so you can just kill them easy peasy. Looks like a BMD or BMP over there. Can't quite make out the letters. Akatsuya behind us. We actually shot his track there. Would have got us 11 kills if we actually hit that correctly, but EXP tank in the distance over here. Shot him in the turret, which wasn't the best of shots in the world, but at least we hit him, unlike other Finns in this match. Straight into the side of the hull armour, doing some amazing damage there. We pop our special ability, so hopefully not get spied, but we do indeed get spied. That is because we haven't got any bushes in front of us towards that Terminator there. But we can indeed try to get a shot onto the engine deck of the Terminator here, but it is not working. Trying to get a shot into anything to just to pen it. It isn't really working. They are the 12 kills now. Got a shot into the Terminator. BMD, last tank maybe. Come up to the end of the game here. Looking for the last tank. Last tank probably is spotted on the map right there. Then I whiz over there with this insane mobility. Look at this. Until you go through a wall. I mean, it's to be expected. But look at this insane mobility. They kill this, hit this stim right here. Pop some smoke so they stop aiming at me. Then they're shooting the lower plate there. Onto our 13 kill. BMD in the distance. He's still shooting at us though. Even though we're not even spotted. Which is weird. But he's down. Thanks to artillery. And that's the game. And I'll see you in the summary. That has been a quick look at the ERC-90 F4. A good tank. Really good tank actually. The gun's great. The armour, not so much. Hasn't really got any armour. I mean, the turret gun mantlet can absorb a couple shots in about 100 shots. In about 100 shots, it can absorb maybe 3 on average. Because it really hasn't got any armour. But in my experience, I have shrugged off a few shots on there. And maybe the sloping as well. But other than that, the wheels can take a lot of shots. Because they're wheels, and wheels behave weirdly in this game. But other than that, great tank. Don't rely on the armour. Don't rely on the armour at all. Speed and mobility is your friend. And using your camouflage. Camouflage rating is pretty damn good. Using the great gun you get on this TD. The great reload. And the good damage. The great, somewhat okay pen. Just use that to your advantage. Use the mobility to get to cover from cover to cover to cover. To new bushes, to new camping spots. Be a sniper. Because that's what this tank is all about. There is a shark version of this tank out, so if you like this tank or like the look of this tank, there is a premium version of it flying around the stores right now. I believe it's still on sale. I'm not entirely sure. This video might be a bit delayed on going out, so it might not be on sale anymore, but if it is ever on sale in the future, and you like this tank, you should definitely consider buying it. Anyway, I'm Mr. Solid One. Please leave a like on this video. For me to make more, it encourages me to make more of these videos just for you. Please leave a comment on what tank you want to see next. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time.